Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Perchy here from the Perchy TV. How are we all doing? There's not much news to be talking about really today. There's not much. I think Ben's on his way and he's going to come and join me in just a moment. There's not much news to really talk about. Welcome in anyway, guys. We've just got in. There's about 45 of you in here and 12 likes. Let's get that get to 50 likes immediately. That will be incredible. Who have we got in here today? Dragging these nuts. Welcome. How are you doing, mate? You're in here. Big up to Total Hotspur. How are you doing, lads? Hope you're doing well over there. Big up, Nick. Yeah, the 5-minute intro gets you guys in, doesn't it? Gets everyone in. It's 50 of you in here now. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Jaminio. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you are well. Tigaro. Hope you're well, mate. How are you doing? Ben Kaufman. He is on his way. The master. Barista is on his way. He's on his way. He's coming. Big up, Paul Hancock. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yeah, big up to you. Big up, Rudy too. Hope you're well. Hod God, one of the channel members. If you want to be a channel member, the button's just on there, and I think it's only a couple of quid. So if you want to come and join for a couple of quid and join it, as I said, once we get to a certain amount of members, I'm going to start doing a big membership stream just for the members, and we'll arrange it that way. Big up, Martin Knightsbridge. Hope you're doing well, mate. How are you? Big up, Danny. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up to you. Stinging Nell, has Sanchez gone yet? He hasn't, but we're still waiting for Davinson Sanchez to leave the football club. It will be an absolute amazement. There is something I want to talk about just now that I have just seen. It was brilliant because I had nothing really to talk about, but something has come up. Big up, Mustafa. Hope you're doing well, mate. Breaking news from The Athletic reports Sanchez doubts regarding Spartak. Russia is banned from Europe due to the war in Ukraine, and notably, I don't blame it. I think the thing is, you've got to remember that they're banned from European football. So if we keep it on a football level, he can't play in the Europa League, Champions League, and the Europa Conference League and stuff. So yeah, I mean, they'll have to pay a bit of money for him there. Yeah, big up Perchy. Benny's on his way. He's here. And his connection, his thing's not connected just yet. Once I see his little face in the little screen there, I'll bring him on. Big up to you guys. Big up, Mike Pepper. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Who else? Question for full ball. Do you think we'll keep a clean sheet tomorrow? Probably not. I mean, not with the way that we defend. Probably not. But yeah, why not? Who else we got? Big up Lily White Lane. Guys, go and subscribe to Lily White Lane if you haven't in the chat. Lily, guy, mate, put your link in the chat and I'll get these people to subscribe to you, mate. Good lad. He's a young lad. Watch some of his stuff. It's really good stuff. So, yeah, everyone go over there and help him. He's here. He's here. He's absolutely everywhere. Ben the Mod Kaufman. How you doing, sir?
Doing all right whilst plugging Robbie's channel where I will be later.
Okay.
So definitely go over to Lily White Lane.
Yeah, go over there, guys, and help the young lad out. He's a really nice lad.
Yeah, it's great, Perch. I'm going around being accused of all sorts. Apparently, I'm a horrible human being.
Exactly. I wanted to talk to you. So just before we finish, a big up Brian Daigle, my mate, Ben's mate, our mate. One of the realest people in the family. Much love to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. And just before we finish, big up Leon. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon now. Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. And obviously the main man himself, Mr. Cousins. Hope you're doing well.
3 away from 400.
Yeah. 3. Yeah, go and subscribe. Go and subscribe. I don't know which way's the right way. Jay Ashraf, hope you're doing well, mate. I've said this all along about it'll be 1 in, 1 out. Once one goes, someone comes in. Just as long as it's not Clement Longley is the main one. Big up, Lissy. Morning for the first time tuning in. Thank you very much. Hope you subscribe. Hope I earned your subscription. We're here. We've got not a lot to talk about. Let's be honest. But there is one thing I did want to talk about. And I saw a tweet. Someone I follow on Twitter. A great tweet. I did a tweet on it. So, it's quite interesting. Despite the huge ticket price increases, Spurs have sold out all 3 home games that were released in under 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a serious question because we talk about protesting. And listen, I've got nothing against people protesting. I know Brian, I've joined them and I've got involved with it and stuff. And I know Phil and all these, got all these lads, yourself as well, of course, all get involved in the protest. I've got nothing against it. Much love to you guys for doing so. But the question is going to be asked now, what difference will it make? Because the serious question I've got to is, You could have 200, 2,000, 20,000 people. If we're selling out games against Sheffield United, what's the point?
I mean, what's got to happen, Perch, is just so we can say we're here. Get the conversation out there in the open, and let's have a proper conversation about Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, the way it's run, and we have a conversation about it. Let's get it in the open air. The more people that talk about it,
I agree with that side. I completely agree with that.
That's why people like myself, Brian, and others that are involved in it, we're just here to have a conversation about it. We're not here to scream about it. We're here to just have a frank conversation about it. Why we think this ownership needs to change, or they need to change their stripes. So they just need to. This is how we've got to do things in the space. And if we don't out there, the conversation it'll fall flat on its face. We've got to keep talking about it, keep the buzz going. But at the end of the day, whether you're Levy in, Levy out, on the fence, we will never go personal. Never about going personal. And if you do go personal, especially if you go personal in other people's YouTube chats,
agreed.
You know who you are. I'm staring into the camera. You know
here we go. Here we go.
You know who you are. But let's all be friends.
Agreed. Absolutely bang on.
And let's talk to each other. Community, and let's talk to each other and let's fix these issues.
Conquer as a group. One person's not going to take over the world, but a committee can. I just want to say, guys, in the chat, stop it about the Sanchez to Spartak Moscow rumours. I only made the point earlier about because obviously Russia not being part of the European competition, that might be a question mark for him that he might want to go to a club that has an opportunity to get into Europe. This isn't about a conversation about it. I don't want it talked about because there are strict guidelines with YouTube on what we can and can't talk about. And that is one of them realistically. Whether we can like it, whether we like it or not, let's not go on about it.
Yeah.
Let's not beat each other up about it. Listen, that's not. All I was just suggesting with the whole situation about Sanchez to Spartak Moscow, whether or not we agree or disagree with it, I'm not getting into that.
Yeah.
All I was just suggesting. No politics. Let's not get involved in that. Listen, what's that? All that stuff's horrible. Let's not get involved with that. All I was suggesting is because they're not in European competitions at the moment, because they're expelled from it, that might be in his position to think, well, maybe I want to go to a club that has a chance of getting into the Europa League or the Champions League, yada, yada, yada. You get the picture. It's all about keeping it football, guys, and that's all I want to say. Big up, Brian, mate. The tickets are being brought by affluent fans. No, Brian, I agree with you, by the way, Brian. I absolutely agree with you. The real fans are getting absolutely punished and missing out. That wasn't where I was going at. I absolutely, wholeheartedly agree with everything you're saying here. Wholeheartedly. And you're right, the atmosphere is going to be horrible. I think the atmosphere since in the new stadium, I can probably count 3 or 4 games where the atmosphere has been amazing for more than 45 minutes. I think the atmosphere is horrendous. I think it's terrible. But Brian, no, I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with you. The only question is now we're now competing we're having a competition now with people that don't that now we're now in a session. Look, and just like that, but here's a great one. This man is about to come on. This man just gets linked without even any sort of understanding. It's magical. He doesn't need the request of the Perchy to come on. This man just comes onto my show because he is a bigger power than me. This man can dictate your subscribership on the acts of a couple of words. We're going to bring in the main man himself. Welcome, my mate Nick. How you doing, Barry?
I'm good, mate. Well, football asked where he was. He obviously wants a wave, so I'll give him a wave.
Of course. I had to give you the announcement of coming in, of course. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm just waiting for. Obviously, look, I'm not surprised anymore. I know people get like wound up by it, but I'm not. Are we actually surprised about any of this? Like the ticket prices?
No.
I'm not surprised.
I said it all along. I said it on the show when it went up. I said
Ange coming out in his pre-match press conference saying we'll do at least one, which says I want more than one. We'll probably get one. So it's.
I think this is the key one. What we're talking about here, like this is what I say about when people say about Postecoglou, and this is where I will sit on the fence a bit, like here and there. People go, "Oh, you just flip flop to the time." Well, I don't. I have valid reason for it here, and this is a genuine reason. I don't expect Postecoglou to go and throw his employer under the bus, whether or not we agree or disagree what Daniel Levy's doing. That is all up in the air, and we can agree. But publicly, the football manager is not going to come out and just say, "Well, I've spoken to Daniel. I wanted this player, this player, and this player, and this player, and he hasn't signed him." What, 3 weeks before the start of the season? That's just not going to happen. Whether we want to hear it or we don't want to hear it, it's not realistic. I don't expect him to sit there. Conte didn't do that in the first start when he joined. Yes, near the end of it happened, of course, but I just think people need, because I'm hearing people going, "Oh, there you go, he's just a yes man." Well, no, he's not. He's an employee. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't.
I think when
the job.
Yeah, look, I think you're right. And look, I was fortunate enough to go to the training ground with Phil P and Iggy and Stel. And even then, they're not going to come out and like people are trying to ask them questions, and they're not going to come out and go, "Oh, you know, this place is crap." It's like they pay my bills, they pay my mortgage, they pay everything, right? So, look, I just think we should not be surprised. Box office will probably come. Firing,
I'll get the message in the chat going. Get me on.
Nothing surprises me. We just need to get home. Have a week before the Shakhtar game, because obviously, we're gonna have a week before the Shakhtar game. It's not enough in terms of pre-season. It was all for money. It was all for commercial point of view. That's why, from a marketing point of view, that's why, people are saying, "Why is Donna Cullen there?" Well, because it's from a marketing point of view. She's doing all the nice lunches and handshakes and, doing all of the nonsense from a business point of view. So this is nothing should surprise us. I mean, the most competitive thing that we should have done is probably go out to America and play in the Premier League series, because obviously the goals have been flying in all those games. And obviously with us there, more goals would have been flying in. Look, it looks like we haven't planned pre-season well, but it shouldn't. I think it's I don't think it surprises anyone anymore.
No.
Just like, and it's just kind of meh. I mean, look, am I surprised that Man United and Liverpool sold out? Absolutely not.
That was always going to happen.
Because it's Man United and Liverpool, right? I mean, Sheffield United, yes, a little bit surprised.
But do you know what I think it is? Here's one for you, and this is a good one. I think the club are so clever by releasing 3. Do you know why? Because what happens is I'll attest to this, because I remember when I used to go, when they started this 3 bundles of 3 at a time.
Yeah.
What used to happen is the ones that got on late missed out on the bigger ones that are on there. And then what they do is they go, "Well, I'm on here now. I might as well book the Sheffield United game." The club aren't stupid. They do these things on purpose. They look at it and go, "Well, there you go. We've got 3 games coming up. 2 are massive games." So what it is, and then we tell everybody to turn up at 10 o'clock. I don't know exactly. I can remember what time it was on there, but I'm going to get everyone to turn up at 10 o'clock. Everyone piles in and goes, "Oh, I want Man United because it's the first home game." They go, "Oh, shut me out. I want Liverpool because it's a big game." And then they go, "Oh, crap." Then they go and get Sheffield United. But my theory has always been it. This is why I've always said about protesting. I echo exactly what Savas says. He's bang on with it. Is that what difference? And now listen, massive respect to people like Ben, people like Brian, Stel, all these lot that go to the protest. People like Billy, who's a good mate of mine. I'm going to see he's coming over for the Barca game to come and watch with me. And I've got much respect to every single person that goes and protests it. I've got nothing against it. Fair play. You're standing up against what you believe. But I sit back and go, I'll be honest, it's going to make no difference. They're not looking, and they're not looking outside the ivory tower. We're looking out and going, "Oh, there's 200 of them there." we've just had we've just sold out two 60,000 seater stadiums in the space of 40 minutes.
Yeah, and also, what's interesting now is that the Shakhtar game sold out so quickly that the top tier was not open. The top tier is now open.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
There is 1,300, 1,500 tickets.
It will sell
maybe.
out. Of course it's going to sell out. Bear in mind, it's in the middle of the summer holidays. So it's a great moment for you to take your children along. So it's in the middle of the summer holidays. So it's like, oh, well, boom, there you go. Summer holidays. It's on a Saturday. We can go and have a day in London. And just want to big up to Gary Neville, best Prem right back. Hope you're doing, mate. Protest is bad PR for the club. Do you know what's more bad PR? No, not selling out stadiums.
Yeah.
That's even worse PR. If, for example, let's just hear me out. And I'm not suggesting this is what's going to happen. I'm suggesting it's not going to happen because I know how it operates. But let's just say that we sold 20% of those 3 games. No one turned up for the preseason friendly against Shakhtar Donetsk.
That's what happened because I went.
Mm-hmm.
What was the game? What was the game last season? There was a game last season that was I think it was a preseason game, or it was one of the European games, or I can't remember. Maybe it was last year or the year before. And they didn't open the top. Oh, I'll tell you, it was 2 seasons ago because Thingy was in goal. What's his name? Galini was in goal, and they didn't open the top tier. And obviously, a couple of weeks ago, there was no noise about them opening the top tier for the Shakhtar game because there wasn't any need to. And then obviously that's sold out now. So then they've opened the top tier, and then obviously, like you said, because they've realised that the Man U game is sold out, the Sheffield United game is sold out, the Liverpool game is sold out. They thought, okay, let's open the top tier because we now can, if that makes sense. And also, for what Kate's just put, it's obviously they can't afford to go to big games, so they know that in a way you've got everyone, and it's on a Sunday, it's at 2:00. So again, like you said, it's the summer holidays. So it's an opportunity which is perfect to, yes, they may sell a family ticket for £50, but they know they're going to come and spend in the shop. They know they're going to come, not everyone, they know they're going to come and spend in the shop. They know they're going to spend in the stadium. They know that people are going to come for the first time. They know they're going to see the beers coming up from the bottom. They know that they'll probably put on some face painters or something that's not going to cost a lot of money. And they're going to make it that occasion. And I guarantee you, throughout that Shakhtar game, throughout the Shakhtar game, there'll be stuff around the Skywalk and the drop and all the other things that are going on because we've seen it before. So,
but do you know what the thing is? Listen, and Kate, this is nothing against people that go to games. I'm not one of these people that sits there and blames people for going to games. I get it. Listen. I'm not a hypocrite. I'll stand up and say, listen, if someone, I won't put money into it. But if, for example, when I come back to the UK, because I'm come back for a wedding and stuff.
Yeah.
If someone offered me a ticket for free, I'll go along to it. Someone gave me a ticket for free, I'll go along. I'm not a hypocrite. I did that last time. Big up Ryan.
You should know that I'm going. So you're like, shit, I'm going. I don't care.
Yeah. Aren't you going with Alex? You're standing next to Alex, aren't you?
For when?
I don't know. I remember him.
Oh, sorry. You're coming back. You're going to be here for the Man United game, not the Shakhtar.
No. I will be. I don't think I'm going to be back for a game anyway. I'm back at the end of August for about a week and a half. But I think it's on the back-to-back of 2 away games. I think it's Bournemouth and Burnley. I'm back. I'll be back for, but and they're all away games.
Burnley's the beginning of September because I'm in New York. So I don't know. I haven't broached the subject. I haven't broached the subject, right? I haven't broached the subject of saying. We'll be in New York. There's Jack Kanicki and everyone there, and they were like, "Oh, should we go and see a Spurs game?" I was like, "I don't think I'm going to get away with sitting there and watching a Spurs game, considering we're only there for a few days."
Yeah, big up, Brian, mate. Brian, this wasn't against protesting, by the way. If you know me, you don't need me to explain it. I sit and talk to you on and off stream about this all the time, and I say it to you. Me and you we have genuine conversations off stream about it. And I said, it has an impact, but it has. I don't think it's got the the impact enough, because the fact is, let's be honest, the only impact that really affects these owners is money. That's what they run on. I think we're on this here. The three of us here agree that Daniel Levy works on money. So if he doesn't get a load of money, then changes has to happen. But when we start seeing that stadiums get packed out in 40 minutes, last season, as I said, I put the statistics out. The stadium on average was filled 99.2%. The question I will always make, not as a alleviator for this moment. Not for me that wants change at this football club. I'll park that for 1 second. What reason does Daniel Levy have to do at this football club? What reason has he got to change? He doesn't. Next season, he'll increase season ticket prices. Increase season ticket prices.
Yeah, they will 100%. They're going to go up this,
and then they're going to go up. But people will still pay for them. For me, and I know you were. I won't know you weren't saying about me, but I know what you're saying, Brian. No, listen, it's all about the wider thing. But the thing is what I've always said is that for me, my form of protest is money. I can't justify giving this man any money of mine. So I don't have anything, nothing anymore. I've cancelled everything, nothing. I mean, because I don't see the point. If I want to get a kit, I'll go buy it from DHgate if I have to. I don't care. I'll say it. I will, because I don't get involved with it. But for me, I just find it very that's my opinion on it. And me and Brian chat about this all the time. We have serious conversations about it. I want people to protest, by the way. This isn't me saying not to. I want people to go out there and stop putting money into the pockets of these people. I've said this. I've said there needs to be a collection of people. I want to see a collection of people to go, do you know what? What we're going to do, we're not going to do anything. We're not going to buy money. We're not going to buy money. We're not going to buy tickets. What we'll do, but we'll turn up and we'll all stand outside whilst the game's on. Very similar to, if anyone remembered last season, Valencia, the fans were in uproar. They were going to get relegated. I mean, they avoided it in the end. But they were in a relegation battle last season. And what did their fans do? They went, as a collective of fans, we're not going to step in foot at the stadium. There was about 10 people in the stadium, and then they panned it to outside it, and every single fan is standing in a police cordon off bit, all protesting with flares and singing chants. I'm not sitting there suggesting that we're going to get there and do that, because I don't think we're as a fan base, we're not all on the same page. What we've done and this is the one thing what Daniel Levy has done brilliant at this football club at. He's amalgamated a fan base that is now strong enough to over the sort of minority. Does that make sense? So he's now got a stronghold now on fans that are in this sort of day out vibe. A lot of people now just go, I don't get involved with all that because it's not none of my business. I don't care. I just like going to watch Tottenham, which is fine, by the way. Nothing against that. Fair play to you. Do your thing. That's the beauty of living in a society like this. We live in a society where we can do what we want to do. But the problem is there's now too many people that want to do it that way now. It doesn't affect.
Yeah, anything. I think the other thing as well. Is that you've got the hardcore people that want Levy out. You've got the people that won't have a bad word against them. You've got the people in the middle, and they're kind of. I think they're to the point where they're kind of, because of everything that's happened, they're sick either way. They're just like, I don't care either way now. I don't care. If I want to go, I'll go. If I don't want to go, I'll go. I mean, the interesting thing about, and I think I said it earlier, I don't know whether I said it, is that obviously what should happen now, as soon as the fixture sells out, season ticket holders should be able to put their seats on the exchange. Now there is how long till the Man United game? A month, or just under a month. I guarantee you they don't allow you to do it until like 72 hours before, because they'll want it full. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't even manage my Man United ticket in my account.
Barry, do you know what? You're half right, half wrong. The exchange does no difference to the club. It makes no difference. Because whether or not it's on the exchange or not, the stadium's sold out anyway. Whether you can sell your ticket or not, it makes no difference. Actually, the club want it to go on to the exchange because they get more money out of it. Because then what you do is they sell it and get a service fee for it. So actually, the club make more money when it goes to exchange. And James, what I was saying, I didn't say there was no point in protest. I said at the quantity of protest. So, for example, 200, 300, 400 people, it's going to make no difference to a stadium that's packed out with 60,000 people. The protest needs to be, we're going to protest by not going anymore. But we haven't got enough fans that are in that mindset. Even fans that are staunch Levy out fans in that ballpark will still go, well, I'm not losing my right to go to the stadium. And you have every right to do that. I've not suggested that at all. That's not where I've gone down. I'm not sitting there saying, oh, you can and can't do stuff. Do what you want. We live in a free society. That's the beauty of it. But my theory has always been, until you've got enough people to go, I'm not going anymore. I will stand outside the stadium every game and protest. When you get 10, 20,000 people doing that, then it makes a difference. But even then, it may not make a difference. Even then.
Because I think Perchy, the only time that I've seen the massive disconnect and the massive discord was the Man United game, when obviously Lucas Moura came off and he was arguably our best player that day.
Yeah.
And then it got really toxic inside the stadium. I think you're right. It needs to be inside. But the trouble is, Paddy puts it perfectly. Only thing they'll listen to is spreadsheets and money.
Stop the tills ringing.
And everything else.
Stop the tills ringing.
Of course.
Buy a season ticket. That's fine, because like I've always said, and Brian will agree with me, my family have had a season ticket since the 80s. We're not going to give up our season ticket because of one man. That would be obsessive behaviour.
But Ben, I've never said that. Yeah, I agree.
What we can do is we can stop buying drinks. We can stop doing this. We can go to the local sweet shop, which we've always used, and buy our drinks from there and our sweets from there. Which are now stopping you from taking in the stadium, by the way, because they don't like food and drink from out. Go to your local sweet shop. Go to the Chip King. Go to the Arms anymore. Go to, when it was there, Uncle Jim's Kebabbery. It's no longer there anymore. It's no longer there. Go to local businesses.
Of course, local businesses. But the thing is you're right. By the way, you're absolutely spot on. I think that's the key one. I just want to say, big up Peter. By the way, much love to you, mate. I know. I see you in Savage Chat a lot and stuff, and I know you've gone through some really hard times. So just here, because I haven't seen you in this stream here before. So I just want to say much love to you, mate. And listen, if you want to speak to me at all, because I know that some of the stuff you've gone through has been absolutely horrendous. You can message me if you've got Twitter. Message me on Twitter at the Perchy, or DM me on at the Perchy TV on Instagram. And listen, if you just want to have a chat, listen, and we can have a chat and see. Do you know? Can I just
go to the coffee company as well?
Yeah, and obviously go speak to Ben. If you want to go and do a nice chilled one, Ben will always have you on the coffee company and have a chat with you there, definitely. And what did we predict, by the way, at the start when you came on, Barry?
What
did we predict?
I don't know.
We went, wherever Barry goes, a certain someone else comes along.
Oh, here we go. Waffle House.
Oh, no.
It's like, you know what?
Do you know what, Perchy? He's come on for his 5 minutes of fame to get money by Barry.
Do you know what? He's seen Barry on stream and he's gone, I've got to be a part of that. I've got to get involved.
Yeah.
Perchy.
How are you doing, sir?
Do me a favour, Perchy. Put this camera on me, bruv. Put the camera on me, bruv.
But let's see. He comes in and demands me, let's go.
Right. This is a message to the Three Amigos on Henry Wright TV. Yeah? The Three Amigos. You know who I'm talking about, bruv, yeah? Because you got your mod, Ben, over here, trying to stop me from speaking, because he needs to stop people from speaking when you're in the chat for some reason or another, yeah? Yeah? And what I was trying to say to you, bruv, what were you saying to me 3 weeks ago, yeah? What were you saying to me? What were you saying to Mr. Saba, Mark Wright, a.k.a. Mark Wright? What were you saying to me? And telling your apprentice, Perchy, bruv, yeah? What were you saying to me, yeah? What were you saying to me? You said to me, you need to do research on Postecoglou. Oh, you need to be positive. Positive all of a sudden, yeah? Positive what? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It took 3 weeks for you now to start saying, oh, it don't look good all of a sudden. Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. It looks really bad all of a sudden. Oh, my gosh. It looks really bad. Oh, we had the flip-flop Sean saying, oh, yeah, it does look really bad. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does.
I've never
Henry Wright
stopped
said
you
that.
from
Oh,
speaking,
who said to Scott M, by the way, he said, go down the Emirates. Yeah? Oh, yeah. We all got to be accountable for what we're saying now, don't ya? You all need to say what's accountable to yourselves now, don't ya? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Cat got your tongue now, bruv. Cat got your tongue. You know what I mean? You know where to find me, bruv, yeah? I told ya. Yeah? When you talk that rubbish, bruv, you need to be accounted for it, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's all I need to say, and that's it. Because Mr. Box Office is going big, and that's it. And that's all I need to say, and that's it. So
Alex,
if you don't know, get to know. Back to you, purchase a waffle on and make a big dig for yourself, and that's it. I'm done.
Am I allowed to go back to doing my own stream on my own channel? I know. Welcome, Alex. Welcome. I mean, thanks.
Sorry. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Mark Wright from Wish.
Oh, that bad one.
Mark Wright from Wish. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna go back to. I don't know where this is. I'll be honest. I don't even know what was being said. I don't know how I've got dragged.
Well,
into this.
I was watching it. Listen. I was watching it. I watched it. I was sitting there watching 3 people. And by the way, to everybody in the chat, I actually like Saba. Yeah, he's good for the fan base. Yeah, this is not me having a go at him because he knows how it goes. Sean loves it, yeah. So if he starts complaining, just don't feel sorry for him, yeah. Just say to him, bro, stop moaning, yeah. And Henry Wright knows how it goes every single time, bruv. You might have 13k or 12k, bruv, but you know when you're putting yourself out there, bruv, you leave yourself open, bruv, yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't watch big YouTubers, yeah, because I don't talk to fanboy. I'm not a fan, yeah. I come on to make myself known, and I always go at people. Yeah,
Alex,
they know how it is, and that's it. You know the statement. If you don't know, get to know. Yeah,
okay,
right.
Alex,
And I know my football club. Yeah, and I've not said anything, and it's taken 3 weeks. Yeah, and now everyone's moaning. Yeah, I told you. I'm waiting to the middle of the season, bruv. It's taken 3 weeks and everyone's still moaning. They're saying being negative now. And I was getting it 3 weeks ago. It looks like a lot of people are going to be wearing Arsenal shirts at the end of the season. You know what I mean? Because remember that bet we had, Perchy? Remember that bet we had, Nick? Remember that bet we had, Saba?
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's it. I'm sorry.
Why
by the way, James, in the chat, by the way, I ain't a clown, bruv. It's Mr. Box Office. Have respect, and that's it, bruv. Yeah, and that's all I need to say, and that's it. Back to you, Perchy. I'm done.
Perchy,
yes, Perchy show that you're on.
This is the Perchy TV, and this is the lunchtime, 12 o'clock lunchtime stream that you've been kindly invited onto. Thank you for joining in for the service. Let's get back to it. By the way, I actually wanted to get your opinion, Alex, on something instead of you just went on a tirade on the 3 amigos, as you like to call them.
I love that. But by the way, I secretly love that, Alex. I love that.
I think you need to call them the 3 amigos from now on. I think that's.
Well, they'll let anybody else on their show, so they're called the 3 amigos, aren't they? You know what I mean? No disrespect. Anyway, moving on.
Question is, who's D'Artagnan though? That's the question.
You are Perchy, or you want to be. You're D'Artagnan from Wish, mate. D'Artagnan from Wish.
Oh, begs his way onto the show.
Yeah.
No, Phil. The irony, just to say, the old school fans have had to stop going, replaced by day trippers. No, Phil. I agree with you, by the way. And people in the chat that have completely misconstrued what I've said. I've not said anything about not to protest. I said from minute one. Ben was on here with me. Me and Ben. I said, if you go out and protest, I respect every single one of you because you're doing the right thing for what your belief is. For me, I've just stepped back and gone, I'm not going to put any money into the system because I can't justify it. But people in the chat are sitting there telling me that I'm not. No, people like Brian, Phil, Ben and co. These guys know my feelings on this. I support every single one. I've been to protests with these guys. I've been to protests with Brian several times. So don't people telling me in the chat now, oh, Perch, you're part of the problem. No, I'm not. I'm just realistic. I sit back and go, we're talking about a £6 billion company that we need. If you're going to do it, it has to be done with loads and loads of people and stop. But what difference does it make when people, what difference does it make if people are going to pile in to the stadium? 99.2% last season, it was packed out. It's going to be very similar this year.
Alex has got his ticket for the Man United game.
Of course he is. Alex was one of the first people on that list. Go, Daniel, please take my money. Daniel, please.
Listen.
No, he said Daniel. He didn't say Daniel.
It was
He
Daniel
said Daniel Kiriakou.
Daniel Kiriakou, otherwise known as the ITK.
I am actually looking forward to spending that time with Mr. Box Office. That game.
Can I just say, this Lars Jeffers fella, I feel like you're everywhere trolling people at the moment. So I just want to say, I haven't dismissed the protest, not once. I said,
I've not controlled the chat. We all know who you are.
Yeah,
I
haven't dismissed them, and it hasn't discouraged people. People aren't coming on to 172. I would love the 172 people watching me sitting there going, oh, well, because the Perchy said this, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. People aren't freaking stupid. They have their own minds. They can do their own thing. I just sit back and say, that's my opinion on how things are. Jesus, sorry. That's ridiculous. Oh, just mental. People just need to, wake up, guys. Come on. People have their own opinions. Breaking news, Alfie Whiteman is stretching off the training pitch with a knee injury. Well, that's now one keeper down. 2 more to go. Well, 3 more to go. I mean, at the moment, we've got not much to really talk about, apart from I'm still trying to work out on Mr. Box Office's run page at the moment.
Listen, I'll just explain it to you. Listen, 3 weeks ago, we were all having a go at me, saying that I was being negative about the situation at the moment. I told you, right? The situation is that I don't believe anything that the board was saying. Right, Daniel Levy said at the beginning when he employed Postecoglou. Yeah, you even said, "Oh, I've got my football club back, Perchy." You said,
yeah,
right? You said that. You said that. Yeah, and I'm not. Listen, by the way, I'm not digging you out. I'm not digging out Saba. I'm not digging out. Listen, we are YouTube content creators that, and we have the drive for this. Yeah, if we didn't rile each other up, we wouldn't do it in the first place. Let's just say that right now. You know what I mean? Right? So it's come for love, yeah? Because I like Saba, I like Henry Wright, I like Sean, yeah? I like all of everybody because they're, and I like Perchy, yeah?
Oh, thanks. Do you like Barry?
Yeah? You know, well, Barry, I love Barry. You know what I mean? And I like Ben as well, yeah? We've had our arguments before,
Alex.
but we Ben and me get on every single time, yeah? We understand each other. My point is, yeah? They said to me, yeah, oh, we've got a new era. Yeah, I told them, yeah, I know my football club, yeah. It's taken 3 weeks, yeah. You know when I'm going to be on board with this, yeah, because I'm waiting for that when the chickens come home to roost, when he has a bad run of games, yeah, and then we'll see whether they're backing this. Because you can see right now that things are starting to fall apart a little bit, yeah. And I'll give it to Postecoglou, yeah. He doesn't know what is coming into it, by the way. But Scott Munn's not even here yet. Yeah, it might not be their fault, but Scott Munn's not even here yet. Yeah, we've still not got defenders. Yeah, right. You know, we've had a pre-season that is an absolute mess. An absolute mess. Yeah, I'm sorry. And they said it's all money orientated. Well, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with this board. So I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So that's why I am stubborn as anything, because I know my football club and that's it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to change until I see and someone's convinced me and that's it. And it's nothing to do with Pochettino, because he convinced me when I saw something different, that's it. Yeah? It's not based on what Pochettino did. It's based on what Pochettino does and what the club does, and that's it.
Alex, I'm going to say it quickly. The beauty of this stream is only an hour long, and I'm much love to you. I genuinely love it. But I want to say this: I am still excited. By the way, I'm excited about Postecoglou. This is the thing. I think with you package everything into one and go, I'm unhappy or I'm happy about certain things. I'm still excited about Postecoglou. I worry that we've not signed centre backs, but I put 2 and 2 in different boxes. I sit back and go, I'm really excited to see how we're going to play under Postecoglou. I'm worried that we've not signed the centre backs required for the system that he needs. Those things, and Ben, Barry, get your thoughts there. What are your thoughts there? Because I can be happy with one thing at the club and disappointed about another thing at the club without both being like the same thing.
Separate issues.
Yeah, of course.
Separate issues. Personally, it's one of those things. Me and Boxy have 2 very different opinions. But then look at our opinions, and we've been saying this for a while, and saying this for a while, and saying this for a while, and then suddenly we're saying exactly the same thing. It's just like, I'm done with it. I'm totally done with it. It's absolutely mad how this football club runs. Everything is just total incompetence. Like everything, even organising a friendly during monsoon season in a stadium with no roof. It's utterly ridiculous. Play the friendlies. Play the friendlies. We need to have these friendlies. And me and Boxy were saying we're not going to sign a centre back. We said it. And it's happened. It's happened.
Longley's going to be our signing. I've said it on my channel, Mr. Box Office TV.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and it's hilarious. And you can notice how I'm not tiring out people because I'm waving my hands about. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's not blame it that exactly.
Big up, Bill.
Perchy TV branded flip flops on the sale. Let's get them going. We're gonna El Beggio flip flops, El Beggio bucket hats. There is an El the jokey El Beggio. The El Beggio bucket hats are coming, by the way. They're on their way. We're gonna get them just for the absolute banter more than anything else. Don't worry, they're coming. And something that Phil P said. Listen, I was bigging up the protests all last season. I said keep doing it. When people sit there and tell me that I'm not, no, I've always said that. I just have a different viewpoint on it. That's all. Yeah. It's just a viewpoint. Guys in the chat, just calm it. I feel like it's all kicking off in the chat. We've got so many new names. So just guys in the chat, just have a good laugh. Listen, there's not much Tottenham can let us down. There's nothing even said about us today. Everyone's there. Exactly. Anyone got any questions in the chat? I think there was one I pinned earlier. I think I did. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, I think there was one at the beginning. I've lost it from Full Ball. Full Ball. If you put your question back in again, I've lost it somehow.
I think we're gonna get Longley, Perchy.
I think we're going to get Longley, but I said we'll get him at the end of the window. We'll get him.
Yeah, I think we're going to get him at the end of the window.
I think we might get Harry Maguire as well.
Yeah, you know what? Alex's dad said Harry Maguire to me. I was like, well, Dad, oh my gosh, why are you saying that name? You know you're going to get bantered for it. And he said it, and I was like, well, you can't disrespect Alex's dad. You can't do that. You just cannot do that, can you? Really? So.
No.
Yeah, so that name, yeah, but I can see us getting it anyway. But listen, at the end of the day, we have to see how the season goes. You know what I mean? I'm not basing it on this transfer window. I don't base it on transfer windows. I base it on what we see on the pitch, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm bored. I'm not a transfer window guy. I used to love transfer windows. Now because there's so many people in the know now. It just gets on my nerves. You know what I mean? It gets on my nerves now. It's a pain. It's a painful. You know what I mean? Honestly. You know, and Tottenham Hotspur just been absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? And just for me, I just think, we just have to see how the season goes, and that's it. One thing I will give it to you, we're going to get some good football because we know exactly how he wants to play. I can see it right now. You know what I mean? But I'm not getting excited at the moment because, I know my football club. You know what I mean? I know my football club. And I'm sorry, I can't change. The whole thing with Kane, we all were laughing, saying, "Oh,
hi Elias."
I'm putting it in the chat. Whoever it is, listen. I'm not getting involved in all that drama. I'm genuinely not getting involved in it. But what I am going to say, I'm not being ignorant. Listen, if you're going to start kicking off with each other, stop doing it. It's boring. It's not needed. Listen, it's a football chat. Just come in. Let's talk football. And let's just have a bit of a laugh. Why does everything seem to just get
Do you know why, Perchy? I think what's been missing has been the Thursday night Shelfside Spurs, where we have a
We
laugh.
do miss that, just where we actually chat rubbish.
And that's why people thinking that it's going to be a laugh. I can't wait. I can't wait for people to come in there on that show in a couple of weeks. I'll just block them all. I don't care, because we're here to have fun. We're not here to be serious. When Alex comes on and me and Alex have a bit of a laugh and a joke, this isn't like real. We're like, you know,
like
fun
when
as
Alex
well, right?
starts shouting about the three
You know,
lads,
we do it because we want to entertain. But
Yeah.
Box Office is the professor of truth and entertainment. He comes to entertain. He doesn't come here to sit here and go blah 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 blah. He comes here to entertain, and we all see each other. We all see each other at the stadiums. This is not like it's. I'm not saying it's a comedy act, because that's not what it is either.
No, not at all.
We're just trying to, you know, if we all thought
If
the
we all
same,
sat there and went, I agree,
you know what I mean?
I disagree.
I don't take anything personally. I don't take anything personally what any other YouTuber says.
Of course.
Bar one. But but the rest of it, look, it's all love, man. It's all love.
Just share the love, guys. That's all I suggest.
It's like people don't realise that we're all friends. We all go out to each other. We go on curry evenings. We go to the pub together. We go on birthday parties. We are all friends. And anyone that's coming into our chats, I'm not going to name names, and tries to separate our friendship, because what we have produced over the last 2 years is a wonderful friendship. And we will not let bad eggs separate friendship, because that is what we're here. We're here to entertain, have a laugh with our mates, and with the wider people of the community, like the Wayne Hollands and loads of great things.
Of course, some lovely, amazing people within this community. Spurs fans, non-Spurs fans, exactly. It's a great community to get involved with. Listen, but that's the main thing. It's just about being friends and stuff. Listen, we're all here, all have a good laugh.
Yeah, and also I just want to give a big up to Paddy, because he's I have got the favourites awarded son-in-law of the year thanks to Paddy. So big up to Paddy for what he's done. I'm not going to say what he's done, because then he might get 4,000 requests. But Paddy, big up, man. I appreciate what you did to Bobby K and everything else, and I've appreciated what you've done for me. So
big shout out to you, mate. Listen, real one, mate. Really nice bloke. Love chatting with you. It's all about just, and as I said, it's all about it's just opinions, isn't it, guys? Do you know? I find it amazing. Like people, it's incredible, isn't it? Like you put yourself above the parapet and share your opinions. I think you guys will all sort of validate what I'm about to say. You put your head above the parapet. I expect people to sit and say, "Oh, Perchy, you're talking crap. Oh, Boxy, you're talking crap." Vice versa, blah 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 blah. I expect all that. It's when I see some of the personal stuff directed at people, I just sit there and go, "Guys, come on." It's just, do you know what? No one here has ever said that our opinion is better than anyone else's in the chat. I've always stood by the mantra of, it doesn't matter. Like I could have 1 sub, 1,000 subs, 1 million subs. It makes my opinion is exactly the same as every single person one in the chat, every single person. Just guys, get along, enjoy it. Listen, I don't care. I'm one of those. I don't care what's going on. But just make peace. Listen, one thing in society I will say, and one thing I will say though, guys, and I didn't think we were going to get this deep. We're going to go for 5 or so minutes. I mean, it just shows there's so little to talk about with Tottenham. But what I will just say, one thing, and I'll end it at that, and we'll just finish on with Full Ball's question, because he did put it in at the beginning of the show, was the question. The last thing I will just say is, listen, life's too short. Let's just move on. We've all got time. We've got too much time on our hands, like I feel like at the moment. Just go and enjoy it. And anyway, enough of my blabbering about crap like that. Full Ball, keep or sell Højbjerg, and what is your midfield 3? I'll jump in first and say sell. I think he's average. He's an average player that gets made out to be an amazing player. He's not amazing. He's okay. He's okay. But listen, if you get 35 million quid for him, job done. And at the moment, if we say on midfield 3, as of what we've got now, minus Højbjerg, my 3 would be, and if I'm going to count it that Bentancur's injured still as well, by the way. I'll just put that. I'd go Maddison, Basuma, Sarr. Guys?
I'm
accounting with the Bentancur's injured as well. That's my 3.
Yeah, I agree with you, Perchy. On Højbjerg, I think he's bang average. I think he's bang average. But he'd be good for Atletico Madrid. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins a trophy. But yeah, but my three midfield's the same. I can't disagree with you, Perchy, Sarr, Maddison, and Basuma for me. Basuma's my
I've got
midfielder
a
all day long.
controversial one.
Go on.
Come.
Romero,
I knew you were going to say that.
Basuma, Maddison.
No, I see why you're saying that. I see why you're saying that.
Have him be what what's his name? John Stones is for Manchester City, a defender that goes into midfield. And because we've got two flying fullbacks, have Romero drop into the back four and let those two fullbacks go wherever the hell they want.
But then you need to get two centre backs in, don't you? Then
yeah, I'll get two centre backs anyway.
You have to get two centre backs in. That's the problem, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you need two
that's the problem.
Anyway.
Well, you'd need to get three in if you
get three. That's the problem.
I get three centre backs in anyway.
No, I agree. I agree with you, but it's all about realistic. Yeah,
the thing that annoys me. The thing that annoys me. Oh, actually, Nick, go Barry. Say what you need to say.
Yeah, who do you want the question again, Barry?
The question again would be good.
So, if we're to agree that Højbjerg is leaving,
yeah,
who would be your midfield three whilst accounting that Bentancur's injured?
So Basuma, Maddison, and end on Bad Boy.
I knew you were going to say that. Don't start that again. Who else? We've all answered. Yeah, we've got there. That'll be my three. I said Basuma, Maddison, and Sarr.
You know what, Perchy, though? I have to say this, though, and I'm sorry I have to talk about this guy again, but unfortunately, this saga is going to be the end of the summer the way that Tottenham are playing. Like, for me, if I would just take 80 million right now for Harry Kane right now, because at the end of the day, we can't scream about, oh, Ray is 40 million too much money. Too much money, but
not enough. 80 million is the right amount. I think. Do you know what I said? I said on Sean's show yesterday. It was a big up Sean, by the way. It was a really good show.
The Three Amigos show now. That's
what it's named. The Three Amigos. No, it was me, Sava, Adam, and Jacob.
Okay. The Fantastic Four.
No, it was a Fantastic Five, actually.
Or famous Five.
The famous Five, yes. Yeah. I mean, you have to get the Irish lad, the American on just to make it. And then you've got the farmer, the Essex boy, and then the expat. I mean, that was our team name. But I made a good point on this. Is that valuation the value is so subjective. The value for Harry Kane for Tottenham fans is so much higher than the value for Bayern Munich right now. Bayern Munich are sitting there when people going, oh, it's a disgrace that they put in a bid of £68 million. Well, no, it's not really, because the value for Harry Kane for us right now is up here. He's one of our own. He's a great goal scorer. Bayern Munich have got to think about it in the sense of we can get this lad on a free. So he can come here on a free. We can... We're one of those football clubs. We've already won the league without Harry Kane. So if we have to wait a year, we'll still probably go and win the league without him. Or we get a player in on loan for 1 year, then get him in on a free. So why would we pay £120 million? So I said, my theory is 80 million quid for me gets you at the table. If they put down an £80 million bid, I think that gets them at the table with Tottenham.
And most of the majority of it paid. Yeah, not in installments.
I think that's the key
most of the majority of it paid, and say, okay, at least that's on the table, right? That's on the table now. We can get our defenders in then. You know what I mean? There's no excuses. There's no excuses anymore. You know what I mean? Because we can't leave this any longer now. He wants to leave. It's Kane's fault as well because he's put transfer request in, but that's it. But I know you need to finish soon, Perchy. So I'm gonna.
We've got a couple more questions before we go. This one's for you, Alex. So you get to speak again. Yeah. Alex hates the club so much, but he buys his tickets. So my question is how does he expect anything to change? James has asked. Big James has asked you a big question.
I hear you, James, but the fact is, bruv, I'm a football fan. You know what I mean? You know, I go to games because I'm a football fan. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's down to my hobby at the end of the day. These owners are not going nowhere. They're going absolutely nowhere. So I'll be waiting forever the way it's going.
I agree. I agree.
I've got to do what's good for, well, Alex has got to do what's good for Alex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I ain't missing out on life because, like I said, unfortunately, and I don't want to go too personal, but you know, you see what's going on in the news at the moment. Life's too short. Life's way too short.
That's fair.
This is
waiting. This is nothing against you.
I'm still waiting for my guardian angel. You know what I mean? But I ain't got it yet. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting to be rich. I'm still waiting. You see what I'm saying? You know, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, we don't know anything. At the end of the day, I've got no control over what's going on with the club. So all I can do is enjoy what I can enjoy, and that's it. And I love Tottenham Hotspur, and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't like what's going on at the moment. I'm not giving them any breaks as well because, as I said before, it's been embarrassing for so long now. And it was the most embarrassing season last season, and they need to prove to me that they've changed and they need to do a lot more than what they're doing now, and that's it. So I hope that's your answer, and that's it. That's no waffle. That's Mr. Box Office talking the truth again. Back to you, Perch. I'm done.
He's done. I love it. We got another question. Actually, I think there's one more phone in, so we'll go through them quickly. Big up, Danny. Hope you're doing well, mate. Do you judge how you think you'll do by the transfer window, then judge again at mid-season?
Mid-season.
I'm not
sure.
Look,
I think if I give you an example here, it might not be an example that people like, but you have to reassess things come the end of August and the end of January because of the transfer window.
Okay.
If you take what Arsenal did, Arsenal were happy. Their aim was probably top 4, but then they didn't reassess in January and then went, right, we're going to win this league. And then come the end of the season, they were like, oh, well, we lost out to a Manchester City side, so we weren't expecting to win the league. Well, actually, when you're top for 247 days and whatever percent of the time, you should be then reevaluating your options. The same that would happen, and the same what happens at clubs when, if they're bottom at Christmas or February, they're thinking, do we stick or twist with this manager? Do we change a manager to have that new manager bounce to keep us, or buy that player, or what have you? So yeah, we should see where we're at the end.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be good. And then we'll see where we are in January. Then we'll see where we are in February, and then we might have a new manager in March.
No, Barry, I agree with you. I just want to sort of add on to that. I think, do you know what? It's quite incredible. Like when we judge, everyone rates it. It's when people rate our transfer windows. It's quite amazing because it's quite ironic, isn't it? We could go and sign 2 centre halves. Let's just say we sign Van der Ven Tatsoba, and like our judgments will be different. So people will go, oh well, I think it's an 8 out of 10 window. Let's keep it simple. If we don't win the league, it would have been a 10 out of 10 window. I'm not saying we are, by the way, but we could not sign them. Again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we could not sign centre halves, and all of a sudden Sanchez and Dyer become absolutely elite football players. Again, not saying it will, very, 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 very unlikely, and we win the league. We'd have to then judge the window being 10 out of 10 because we won the league. But I mean, it's all subjective, isn't it? All this is all subjective. Listen, I still think we need centre halves in. Boys, I've got one more question for you two at the top because I want to fly through them quickly. I can't find it. Who put it in? Someone tell me. Oh, there's a couple more. One's from Phil P. One's from Mia. We'll leave it with you. Phil P. Alex, hold on. We need defenders. I'm assuming that's for a bit earlier.
Yeah, we do need defenders.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we need defenders, but I don't think we're going to get defenders in.
Toby and Jan have left.
We're not going to get the defenders that we want because the fact is, like I said, there's no urgency for us to get these defenders over the line, and it's no urgency for the team that have got the players to sell those players. The players that we've bought in already, there was urgency to get those deals done for certain reasons, and that's the reason why we got those deals done very well. You see what I'm saying? And you can see it from a long way off. We did it last season as well with Basuma. You know, Brighton needed to get a deal done with Basuma. We were happy to get the deal done as well. So that's it. Yeah. So that's it, really.
And Alex, of course, always the final one for you from Mia is Alex, Oliver Skip or Tongi and Ndombele? Who gets in midfield?
I like Skip more than Ndombele. I've got to be honest.
Oh, don't start Barry off. He's going to have this one again. Have it off. Guys, I think we're going to finish it. We'll wrap it up quickly because I have to run and shoot, and we've gone over about 5 minutes. So I just want to say, guys, in the chat, if you haven't, please like, please subscribe. Go and subscribe to Mr. Box Office.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you better get to know. This man is starting. His streams are flying at the moment, doing brilliant things. Go over to the coffee company. Am I pointing in the right direction? Probably. Yeah, go and subscribe. Go and subscribe to the coffee company. Ben, you're going to do the magic and whack all the chats in there. And go and subscribe to the Shelfside Spurs show.
Wow, Percy got it right.
I got it right this time. No, because do you know what's even worse? Is in my head now, all I think is say Sean's one in my head now. My head is messed up the way I operate. It's proper messed up. A massive shout out to everyone in the chat. We had 150 of you in here. Much love. Can we get 23 more likes before the end of the show? Get it over to 100. That would be amazing. And obviously, if you haven't, please like, please subscribe. Do it to these amazing people as well. And on that note, guys, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm busy at work tomorrow, so I can't. So, and I think
Sam on tour to replace Perch.
You know, I think Sav is doing a watch along for the friendlies tomorrow. So
yeah, 12:30
people will be doing watch alongs anyway. Yeah. So the friendly.
Yeah, Mark Wright from Wish is doing a watch along.
Mark Wright from Wish is doing a watch along. Of course, big up Sav. Of course, big up. And there you go, guys. There's all the links. Go and do the meeful and smash those likes. Give these guys
one away from 400 people.
Yeah, go on. Come one person before we end the show. Go and subscribe to the coffee company. Get him over 400. That man should be way over 500 by now. And obviously, Boxy, you're on your way to 1,000 soon, aren't you? You're going to get to that 1K mark.
I'm trying to get up to 800 at the moment. I have to say this. Thank you for everyone's support through the two streams. I really do appreciate it.
Good at it. Keep it up.
I really do appreciate it. It will be more. There will be more. It's just on my own. So
you're doing a great job, mate. You retained people. That's
it's just on my own, and it's going to be on my own for until further notice, and that's it.
Keep it up, mate. Keep it up.
So it's no favoritism at all. It's just me, because you get enough of me on other people's shows anyway. So you know what I mean.
You come on like a wrecking ball. You come on like mine.
Exactly. So you know what I mean. So
someone, Ben, can you get a picture of Miley Cyrus on that wrecking ball and put Boxy's face on it, please?
Send that to me. That is coming on. And anytime Alex just comes on the show, it just comes as a picture up on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
I came in like a wrecking ball. Anyway, guys, thanks very much in the chat. Big up to these guys. Much love. I had a really good laugh. So thanks very much, guys. Have a good one in the chat. Peace out, and I will see you on Thursday. Peace out.